The currency system in Fortnite is absolute garbage. Now, whether you play Fortnite or not, the algorithm obviously thinks that you're interested in it. And I gotta tell you, once you enter this rabbit hole of scams, there doesn't seem to be an end. First off, I wanna say that I used to be a huge fan of Fortnite, and every Fortnite fan knew of the little competition that Fortnite had with other games due to the big similarities in mechanics. I, however, never really cared about the competition itself. To me, Fortnite was always the clear forerunner in the genre that helped shape the way we play these types of high risk, high reward shooters today. Fortnite took that idea and implemented many more modern takes into their own game and created something that was different enough to set itself apart in the market. But there was always a clear difference between these games, which I didn't fully realize at first but got more and more apparent as the years progressed. It was the fact that Fortnite was made to maximize profit, completely disregarding its main player base. Since the beginning, Fortnite has been selling skins to their players at absolutely horrendous prices, and it's always worked out for them. In about 4 years, Epic has pushed the baseline skin bundle price higher and steadily reduced the quality of those new bundles to a point where the older bundles actually look better in every regard. The cherry on top is that they have completely brainrotted an idiotic community that defends their prices at every step. Now, I'm not saying everyone that plays Fortnite thinks like this. I know some of you can see the problems like this game has, but you would be surprised at how many people always come into my comments trying to justify why the latest bundle was actually great value for $55. You can't make this up. And the one thing that makes these pricings even worse is something that most people like to just forget or ignore when talking about cosmetics, because the cosmetics themselves aren't the sole reason that people buy them. It's the effects and animations that come with them, and you cannot get these things without spending even more money. This is where V-Bucks and upgrades come in, the currency Epic created to further scam their player base. Picture this: you want to buy a skin bundle, the bundle costs $40. It's not the cheapest, but still not the most expensive of them all. But you buy it because you like it. Well, first off, you only get the basic variant without the extras or effects for every item. So in order to get full access to the thing you already paid money for, you'd have to use additional V-Bucks to unlock all effects and variants. You know, the whole reason to buy skins in the first place. The extra unlock price for one single item would therefore be around $30 worth of V-Bucks, and for the entire bundle you would have to spend an extra $60. So to get full access to the bundle you originally paid $50 for, you actually have to pay around $90. And of course, the first argument is going to be, but you can just buy the battle pass and get the rewards from there, and the skins and the cosmetics. Well, no, because the battle pass isn't free, and even though it's much cheaper, they're still forcing you to buy something extra, and you'd still have to grind the entire battle pass all the way through, which by the way will end up depressing you due to the lack of good rewards. Even after all that, you will still only have 900 V-Bucks. Also, the battle pass stays for one entire season. That's 3 months, during which Epic on average releases only a few good bundles, skins and other cosmetics. They're literally making it impossible to keep up with, so that you'll eventually have to buy this currency if you're planning to buy skins. This is basically the fine print at the bottom of a contract that no one reads but everyone just agrees to. It's the absolute biggest scam, the most predatory way of handling microtransactions in games. Now I can already hear the Epic fanboys trying to justify the system from their brain rot cave, something like, no one's forcing you to buy V-Bucks. Those are, by the way, the same people that come into my comments every video just to mindlessly parrot the same sentence. The game is free, no one is forcing you to buy skins, you're just broke. And every time I see this statement, it makes me laugh a little at how shallow-minded some people are. And I dare you right now to scroll through the comments on this video, you will find this exact statement repeated everywhere. And to answer these statements, yes, of course no one is forcing you to buy V-Bucks. My problem with it is that it is a conveniently hidden expense that tricks people into thinking that they're getting what they paid for, ultimately drip-feeding you prices so you don't realize how overpriced everything actually is. The same goes for normal skins and bundles. Of course, no one is forcing us to buy skins, but ask yourself, where would this game be without skins today? It would be dead, because the actual content is not enough to keep the majority of people interested in the game. The skins and cosmetics are the only development that Epic still wants to invest in. and they're making it clear that they want people to buy it. That's the reason they do collabs with big streamers, YouTubers, and celebrities. Digital currencies, in-game shops, or cosmetic systems don't have to be 100% predatory just because a company wants to make profit. It's a choice a company can make between squeezing out every last cent out of a person and leaving them some space to actually have fun and have more general access to the game. But most people have gotten so used to slowly giving up any form of quality that it doesn't bother them anymore. What is it to them if a price jumps from $71 to $95? Just a few bucks, right? But as a whole, this sentiment is the exact reason we are digging our own graves. It's why all prices are skyrocketing in stores, why the general price of games went from $60 to now sometimes $90 to $100 in pre-order sales, and why companies are trying out everything in their power to reduce production quality and increase revenue. All of course with the simple explanation of inflation, which a lot of Fortnite players love to use. Does inflation also decrease the time they spend on every development? Does it decrease the quality or the creativity someone is able to use? Does inflation restrict innovation or the will to give back to the community? Inflation is real to an extent, but mainly it's just a simple word to excuse greedy marketing strategies. The main reason people buy pickaxes, skins, emotes, and cars is because they can look at them in game. Makes sense. But to eliminate opponents and win fights, you need to have your gun equipped, so mainly you can only get the value of your cosmetics when you're walking around and rotating. To be completely honest with you, I do not think that people will learn. In the end, the most important thing is that the choice of buying is still up to you. This video is supposed to show you how much this game disregards its players to maximize profit and to give you a second perspective on the things you might think you want to buy. Tell me what you think about this in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.